Yo, what is good YouTube? Matty Dubs here, back with another video, guys, and we have some breaking news coming out of the NFL. According to Ian Rapoport, the 49ers are signing former Chicago Bear, former Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiver Anthony Miller to a deal. He is on his way to the 49ers in a very interesting move. I think this makes sense, and I'll tell you guys why in just a second. Before we get into the video, before I tell you why this could be a sneaky good signing for the next couple of weeks here for the 49ers, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps out the channel so much, but also it helps out get the video to more 49ers fans around the world. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be covering all of free agency, signings, trades, preseason, regular season, everything you can think of. I'm going to be posting videos almost every single day, as well as live streaming some games, 49ers games, throughout the season. So join the family if you haven't already done so. But without any further ado, let's jump into the video now. Like I said, Anthony Miller on his way to the 49ers very late here in training camp, which, kind of sucks for him because, he's got to make up some ground fast if he wants any shot at making this football team. He's got to play good, he's got to learn the playbook, and he's got to, be able to build some chemistry with his quarterback and his teammates around him. Now, the reason why I actually kind of like this move a lot is because we just saw some news about Danny Gray, a third-round pick out of 2022, a very speedy guy who can get down the field, burn some guys down the field, make big-time plays, is actually out with an injury. I'm not sure how long he is going to be out for, but I know, let me try to look it up real quick, but I know he is injured. I saw news. So, 49ers expect Danny Gray to miss regular season time with shoulder injury, a collarbone injury. So, what that tells me basically is they needed another wide receiver to come in here and just give them some looks, give them some more, another body to look at, another guy to potentially make some noise, make a team if he plays good. Now, Danny Gray is going to be out. They have Brandon Ayuk, you got Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings. Those guys are fine. You got Chris Conley, Ray-Ray McCloud. Okay. But then after that, there's not really too many guys I really trust. I mean, Willie Snead's a guy who I would trust. He's a veteran. But then you get 7th round pick Ronnie Bell, who actually has been pretty good. Tay Martin, Isaiah Winston, Daz Newsome. Don't really trust any of those guys towards the end of the roster. So I feel like Anthony Miller is a guy who can come in here and just add a, maybe not a veteran presence, but he is someone who can get open. He's a guy that can be reliable at times. A former 2nd round pick. Talent was never really the issue. He just needs to put it all on the field. Now, throughout his career, he's played in about 50 games, catching 140 balls for over 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, averaging about 11.4 yards per reception. So he's been good over his first 3 seasons. He was actually really solid for the Chicago Bears, and then went to the Texans, didn't do anything. Then he went to the Steelers and didn't do anything. So had a really good 3-year career in Chicago, and now he's coming over here to the 49ers to at least try to make the team. Now, I think this is a low risk, high reward situation for them. At the very least, you got to give it at least a B+. I mean, this is a guy who, has proven to be a good wide receiver in the past, a solid wide receiver in the past, but also, listen, if he doesn't pan out, you cut him for nothing. If he pans out, he makes a 53-man roster, and you add another guy to this wide receiver room that clearly looked good enough to make the roster. So this can't be a lose situation. They needed a guy. They found a guy. If he does bad, you cut him for nothing. Does good, he makes a team. I mean, win-win situation pretty much in my opinion. And hopefully Danny Gray, a guy who can be a freak, hopefully gets back healthy as soon as possible. But hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.